Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for tuning in to Yas Real Talk. I am so excited that you are listening to session number 35, episode number 232. This is segment number 6, and I am so excited that I am here to empower, encourage, and inspire you to be the best version of yourself. This morning's title is You Must Inquire. I'm going to say it again. You must inquire, okay? The theme is let them have it. Key scripture is 2 Samuel chapter 6, verse 10. And it says, but the king said, what business is this of yours, O sons of Zeruiah? If Shamir is cursing because the Lord said to him, curse David, then who should say, why have you done so? Like, what is that of concern to you? Why is that bothering you so? Okay, so without further ado, I want to just thank you for listening to Yasmine Talk. I thank you for watching our video on YouTube at Awakening Your Gift. I want to remind you that we're also on Facebook, Awakening Your Gift, and Instagram. So go ahead and come along and join our community. I would love for you to be a part, okay? Don't forget, while you're shopping on this merry holiday, that I have my book, Embracing Me, 5 Steps to Discover Who God Created You to Be, on Amazon. Pick that up for somebody and let that be a special gift from you, okay? All right, so I'm going to go right into today's lesson, which says you must inquire. And we're going to read from 2 Samuel 21 and 19. But before I do so, I want to pause. Can I pause for the cause? Let's pause for the cause. You see this cup? Isn't this nice? Isn't it nice? Look at the size. This was done and created and designed by Leslie Benjamin, a very good friend of mine. She is a founder of Broken Butterflies. She will be having a 5K Walk for Recovery on the 23rd of December. If you're not doing anything, go to her website at lbbrokenbutterflies.org and register. I would love to see you there. But hey, if you want to buy something for your family and your loved ones, this is nice. Look at that. And guess what else it came with? I didn't put it in here because I wanted you to see how nice it is. This is what she packaged it with. Chocolate, the peppermint spoon, and a card. Thank you, Leslie. Leslie is such a sweetheart. I love my sister. This comes along with the cup, so buy the cup. This is a nice gift for someone, especially to go with a nice hot cocoa on Christmas Eve or Christmas or whenever. It's so good. But check the cup out, y'all. This is a nice cup. Get your cup on Leslie's Broken Butterflies website, okay? All right. Hey, Les. So we're going to go right into today's lesson, and I believe this is going to empower you. It's going to encourage you on this morning, because there are so many good pointers on. Even when I was reading, I was like, ooh, this is good. So just to summarize everything in this chapter, David inquires of the Lord, and he asked the Lord, why are we in this famine? They were in a famine for 3 years, okay? 3 years. I'm wondering, when I was reading, I'm like, why it took you 3 years to ask the Lord? But sometimes we do that. You become so accustomed to a lifestyle or doing something that you don't even think to ask, like, why are we going through this? Like, what's going on? What is really the problem? Okay. So David, I guess on the third day, he was like, this is foolishness. Let me go on and ask the Lord what's going on. So David inquired of the Lord what was going on with with this famine? Why are we experiencing this famine? And so I'm going to read this in your hearing so that, you can get an idea of where we're going this morning. And I want you to understand that sometimes you may be in a certain spot or place in your life that it never dawned on you to just inquire like why you're there, right? To just inquire, because this is not the way things should be going, okay? Especially according to what we just read. All right, what did I do with my... Where's the phone? What happened to the phone? Did I drop the phone? Where is the phone? The phone is in my hand. Have you ever been looking for your keys and the keys in your hand? Okay, that's enough for today, Yasmine. Like, just get your life. Get your life, Yasmine. Get your life. Okay, so we're going to go on and read. We're going to read 2 Samuel 21, 1 and 2. Say, there was a famine in the days of David for 3 consecutive years, and David sought the presence and the face of the Lord, asking the reason. Oh, let's pause for the cause. I want you to pause and ask for the reason of why are you going through what you're going through? Why are you why are you in this circumstance? Why are you in this situation? I believe everything that we go through in life, there's a lesson to be learned. Some things we can avoid if we just learn from other people. I'm just saying. However, David is asking a question. He's asking for the reason. And the Lord replied, it's because of Saul's bloody house, because he put the Gibeonites to death. Now, there was with Joshua and the Gibeonites, they made an oath. Right? The Gibeonites deceived Joshua. If you want to read the story, you would have to go back and read the entire Joshua chapter 9, 3 to 27. And for the sake of time, I'm not going to read it, but I'm going to just summarize it. In a nutshell, they were fighting there in a war, taking land, and the Gibeonites saw how Joshua was overcoming and conquering the other people, and they was like, that's not going to happen to us. We're going to act like we're from afar off, so Joshua don't do to us what he did to them. So long story short, they ended up deceiving Joshua and the army, and he ended up making a covenant with them, and they were to still abide together, live together, but not to ever be attacked or go into war, okay? So fast forward, Saul attacked them. So they were going through a famine, and now David is asking the Lord. This morning I want to encourage you to inquire. Take time out of your busy day, your busy schedule, and just inquire of the Lord. It doesn't have to be a bad situation. It could be, what's your purpose? Why am I here? Inquiring helps you to be clear and understand what's going on, right? In Matthew 7 through 8, it says, ask and keep on asking. Sometimes you might ask and you might not get an answer right then and there. How do you know? I've asked the Lord some questions. Sometimes I don't necessarily get an answer right then and there at that moment. However, it says right here, Matthew 7 through 8, we just read it. It says, ask and keep on asking, and it will be given to you. Okay? So number one, you have to ask. Okay? And when you ask, make sure you're asking in faith to believe that God is going to respond, that he hears your prayers, right? Because no one can receive if you don't believe. You can't receive if you don't believe that you're going to get a response for what you're asking for. Does that make sense? So ask and receive, right? The next step is said to seek and keep seeking. It said ask and keep asking. You know what the problem is? I'm going to tell you what the problem is. Sometimes we ask and we feel like we're not getting an answer and we stop asking. Don't stop asking. Keep asking until you get an answer. The Bible says ask and keep on asking, and it will be given to you. Good measures, pressed down, shaken together, shall men give to your bosom. Listen, God said, I wish above all things that you prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prosper. The Bible also said you have not because you what? Ask not. Have you asked? Have you sought? Have you inquired of the Lord? Is it your will for me to have this? Should I engage? Should I go through with this? What do you think? Did you present it to the Lord? Okay. So number one, ask. Number two, ask and keep asking. Don't just ask one time and stop. If you ain't get an answer, you need to keep asking. And you need to make sure you're in a position to hear. Make sure you silence all the noise, okay, so that you can hear. Get in a quiet place. Seek and keep on seeking. Ask and keep asking. Seek and keep seeking. Don't just sit there and ask and fold your hand and just know why you're asking. You need to be researching, seeking, looking, asking, inquiring, going to people that have more wisdom than you, connected with like-minded people, people that have experience or people that have already mastered or accomplished where you're going. Get with them. Ask them. Research them. Okay? And then the third thing is to knock, and the door will be open. It says, keep on knocking. So you may not get an answer on the first knock. You may not get an answer on the second knock. You may not get an answer on the third knock. But eventually they're going to answer that door because I'm going to keep. Hello, this is Yasmine. Can somebody please open the door? I'm just saying, you have to be persistent. Inquire. I encourage you this morning to seek the Lord, to ask and keep asking, to seek, keep seeking, knock and keep knocking. Okay? Guess what? It says here, and the door will be open. Ask and it will be given. Seek and keep seeking, and you will find. Knock and keep on knocking, and the door will be open to you. For everyone who keeps on asking receives, and he who keeps on seeking finds. And he who keeps knocking, it will be open. So if you have not received, that means you probably stop asking. It is right here. He said if you keep asking, eventually you're going to receive it. Okay? And you have to believe too. Okay, you have to believe in the same faith it takes for you to ask is the same faith you're going to use to receive it. Okay, so you have to believe that the Lord heard you and receive it. And he who keeps seeking finds, and to him who keeps knocking, it will be open. So this morning, I want to encourage you to ask, seek, and knock. Remember that God is for you, not against you. All things are working together for your good. I want you to have an amazing, fabulous Friday, and get up and go get it.